What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a World of Tanks gameplay commentary. If my voice sounds a little off, that's because I'm kind of I have my retainers in. Yeah, something I should do more often. Anyway, I can speak well enough with them in. Just figured I would answer the question before it was asked. Bringing you something a little different. Yeah, low tier with the new French not TD, the artillery. Yeah, that. So someone mentioned before I started the commentary that this is essentially a TD war, and they are right. The number of TDs on each team is significantly higher than average. Same can be said of artillery. Typically you see 2 or 3. But here we have 4 and 5 per team. Now, to the gameplay, basically, it's a low tier match, and I have to say, so far, as long as I'm in my tier, I really do like the Lorraine39, I almost said 49, LAM. Now, for what that LAM stands for, I don't know. But, here I am trying to shoot this SU-76, being the cheeky little TD he is, not really giving me any shots. M3 Lee kind of exposing himself, but not enough for me to get a shot. I'm still looking for things to shoot at. Most of my team's sitting on my base, playing very defensive. Right now, it's not really lending itself well. I mean, we're down a tank for a tank. It's pretty even at this point. The only difference is ours was a tier 4, theirs was a tier 3. This low tier, it kind of matters, but pretty much everything is capable of dying regardless. So we have an AMX 38, basically going to be my first victim here. At least I'm going to attempt to make it my first victim. Sadly, I missed. Looking at the stats of this gun compared to the equivalent tier 3, the M37 I think it was, and the what is the Wesp? That's what I looked at. Yeah, strange I can't recall that, even though it's right on the other team. Basically, this gun is a little more accurate and aims a little faster, so it does have a benefit. I think it also has a slightly faster rate of fire. Marauder 2 being my first victim here, they're pushing a little to the dunes, but their main push is coming from the town and the west, which is definitely typical. Sorry, had to clear my throat there a little. New to my mic, obviously, because I do that when I can. So, Doom push, kind of drawing my attention to it a little, people pinging it, but I'm focusing on that B1. It is the largest threat, at least in my book, and hitting it for a decent amount of health. It's like I said, I like this artillery in its tier. It hits for what about it should hit, but in higher tiers it's completely underpowered, and it does get thrown into higher tiers. If you try to kill a tier 5 or 6 with this thing, you won't be doing anything except scratching their paint. So, kind of problematic. As you can see, my position is definitely a rather good one for artillery. I haven't had to worry about counter artillery at all. My only kill so far being that Marauder 2, so still looking for things to shoot at and kill. Doom push has been all but stopped at this point. Their main push still coming from the city and from the west. Renault definitely just gonna get splashed by me, taking out that T-46, that Lee crashing through buildings, drawing a lot of attention to himself, basically getting himself very close to killed, and I'll say, hey Mr. Lee, let me see if I can't finish you off there, and there we go. My team, even though playing very defensive, getting themselves killed and making us basically have a disadvantage we cannot afford. It comes down to the fact that they played defensive, but they weren't in good defensive positions. Yes, the defensive team usually has the advantage because the enemy team comes to them. You spot them first, you get the first shot, and yeah, the defensive posture is the preferred one, But if both teams are doing that, it ends in a draw. If both teams are doing that, as you see here, actually just one team has to do it, and you end up getting shot up if you weren't properly covered from artillery. And against a team that has 5 artillery, you're gonna be feeling the rain of pain, so to speak. So, right here, I've gotten myself 2 kills. Our artillery doing rather well for itself as well, having 5 of our 6 kills. Yeah, artillery definitely pulling our team up at this point. This Jagd Panzer 1, Panzer Jagd 1? What? Okay. Almost killing him. Very disappointed there. I was hoping I would just one-shot him and get it over with, but luck was not on my side for a change. Yeah, a lot of replays I upload, luck is on my side, but I will splash him and take him out right there. He wasn't alive for much long after that initial hit. This tank having a good rate of fire. Not as fast as the tier tanks that fights, obviously, but here we go, Sturmpanzer 2. Now, in the game, I thought he was out of ammo, which is a common theme for the Sturmpanzer 2, but right there, you can see I was completely wrong on it. Him getting killed before I could take the shot, thank you. Too many times I'll take the shot, and as my round is en route to hit them, they will be killed prior. Now, one of our artillery splashing him, I'm getting the finishing shot, and West killing our lead. It basically comes down to we have 4 artillery, 2 TDs. They have 4 artillery, 2 TDs. So playing field has been significantly evened. At this point, it really is anyone's game. I'm doing rather well for myself, 4 kills, and we have 2 TDs that will push west and north, spotting what they can. And I'm gonna sit right here because I'm like, hey, if they want to volunteer to spot, I'll volunteer to take the shots. You spot, I'll take the shot. Yeah, and TD pushing on this hill, trying to spot for his guys, getting caught on fire. How rare is that in the low tiers? I cannot recall once in the lower tiers really being caught on fire, although it was a long time ago. But, you know, evening the playing field yet again. That M37 earlier taking out our other TD, our Hetzer, making me feel rather nervous. Now, I did see a tracer there, but my artillery can't quite reach. So I'm kind of just saying, I guess it's time I move up. If they're going to be sitting in their base, I need to be able to take those shots, especially if my team is pushing up to spot for me. I need to be able to back them up. And that is what you have to do sometimes as artillery. You need to move up so you can actually get the shots you need. You need to basically, especially when the game starts getting a little dicey, like this one is, where it's anyone's game and it's later in the game where there's only a few tanks left, you definitely should start thinking about, do I need to reposition? That's pretty much par for the course for any artillery. If you're staying in the same place the whole game, you better have thought about it. M37 killing our M37, but his victory was very short-lived. I'm up to 5 kills, you know, just casually carrying the team. Not saying anything in the chat just because I am in try-hard mode, as some would say it. Because, I mean, at this point, I want to win. I'm not going to lie. When I get in the zone, when the match is close and I really want to win, typically I don't type anything in the chat unless I really know we're about to win. If I'm really confident that we can win, but it wasn't certain enough. So here we have their final TD pushing up on our base, trying to take shots at things. The Martyr 2 killing him. I was hoping I would get the kill. Here we go, having both their equivalent of me pushing on our, what is that? I don't even know what tank that is. I guess I just got my question answered. My equivalent of me. So the Lorraines are basically duking it out. At this point, it's an artillery match, except for the one TD on our team, the Martyr 2. I'm going to try and lead the target, and look at that. I'm successful. You would almost think I've done this before. You know, it's not like I have a tier 8 artillery or anything. Yeah. Sarcasm. It's awesome, right? So basically, got my six kills to get Top Gun, and Martyr 2 saying I'll light him up, but Lorraine on my team saying no, I got this. Bam! One-shotted the Wesp. I'm more than certain he had ammo left. Not sure why he was necessarily sitting in the base like that, especially when he knew that Lorraine was there. If I was him, I would have hugged the hillside, maybe gotten a kill or two more, but, you know, chances are pretty good he might have been a new player. Anyway, personal achievements. We already know I got Top Gun. Took 16 shots. Only 8 hit the target directly, mind you. Splashes do not count. So, destroyed 6, damaged 2, and yeah, not too bad. 50% accuracy is artillery. Definitely acceptable. Sometimes that's even better than what you can hope for a lot of the time, actually. But anyway, getting myself Top Gun. Obviously, I didn't get Sniper. No one got Sniper. No one got Steel Wall. Still, a lot of experience for a Tier 3, really. And considering how little ammo cost is, I made about 15,000 credits, so good profit too. Anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you have a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Link will be in the description. Basically, yeah. So, this has been Spang, and I am signing off.